friend Joe Graff. If you would please come on up here, my friend. Yesterday, I guess maybe I got my head big because yesterday he received the BVF award very deservingly. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about the Highgrounds, and we're also going to give him any other time that he wants. So, thank you, brother.
I'm Joe Graff. I live down in Augusta. I belong to BVA chapter number 5. I moved up to Augusta from Milwaukee. Lived there 55 years, and I've been in Augusta now 13. And looking for something to do. So I joined the Legion, and after a while I joined the VFW, and it wasn't 2 months down the road I was commander of the VFW in Augusta. I've been at about 8 or 9, maybe 10 years, something like that. But the reason I got involved in the high ground is because of my cousin. August 15th, 1970, he went down. He's in a door gunner hole in Neillsville right now. And I never got to meet him growing up. He's a third cousin. But from what I hear and read on all the reports, he was quite a kid. But at High Ground, we have 18 monuments representing World War I, World War II, Atlantic and Pacific. What else we got there? We got the Learning Center. Every 2 or 3 months we switch out. It could be on Vietnam 1 month, the next month will be on World War I. We just started a small museum there, so if anybody has anything that they could donate as far as like a helmet or clothing or anything that was worn during a certain war excursion, like World War I, if you got a grandfather who was in there and you got his uniform, they're trying to get a museum set up there now. Every October we have kids come in, and the schools can petition the High Ground, and what they do, they take these kids and every monument, they bring a picnic lunch. It's in October. They bring a picnic lunch, and all the kids, we did over 400 kids last fall from different schools. And the school has to transport them there and then take them home. But we show them every monument, all 18, and explain every one to them. We got the working dog. Every once in a while we have big programs, like during the summer months we have a bicycle ride. One comes in from New Richmond, one from Hayward, one from the Green Bay African area, and one from Madison. And what else we got going on there? We have the boot print, which you see on those banners over there. The boot print is for Afghanistan and Iraq. Just that monument alone, $770,000. We have Vietnam. The Vietnam vets actually started High Ground, and then we opened it up to all wars. We have a few that we're missing yet that they, I don't know if they don't recognize them or what, like Kosovo and different things like that, but we're trying to keep it going. We have classes there now. They just received 300 acres of land that they're going to start some kind of classes there. We have 2 classes for men last summer. I don't know what's going to happen this coming summer, but last summer we had a week-long class, 2 weeks, 1 week, and then we had men, and the next week we had women, and the following week we had men again. It's open to hunts, and you can apply for the hunts. I have brochures over here on the table. It's a crossbow hunt. Joe Heil's been on it, and Doug Farmer, another member of Chapter 5. That will continue on until the gentleman that donated the land is absolutely retired. In fact, Joe seen a nice buck last year.
Yeah.
Seen?
Right. Seen! Exactly, seen.
For the classes, you stay right there, or you can go home at night and come back the next morning, but they'll do 1 day fishing, 1 day bowling, 1 day they go to the archery lanes in Neillsville, another day shows you around the property. They have classes every day, vet-on-vet talks. 1 day they'll invite the vet center out of La Crosse over, and the High Ground's trying to get their fingers in everything. We purchased another house on Old Highway 10 there. We purchased a hotel, the Marine Hotel that sits right on Old Highway 10 there. And we're just growing. I wish you'd get a parking lot, because it's a long walk to get last parking lot down to events and stuff, but Chapter 5, we just purchased a stone there this year. We're going to be laying it in June 15th or 16th, I believe. It's a really active place to go. And we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year long. In the wintertime it's a little tough, but if you can walk across snow, you can make it to the monuments. We have free audio tours, and now we're converting over to your phones. You can just press the number in on your phone, you'll dial the high ground and get the service, and then you just hit the number on the monument, and it'll come up and explain the complete monument to you. So that's about it.
Tell you a little bit about what Al, I don't know if some of you know Al Lavoie, he's from Chippewa Falls. He's the gentleman that donated the land to the Highgrounds. A little story I'd like to share with you, which really impressed me, was Al had a group of veterans that came out one time, and it's a nice, pleasant thing to do, to come out and relax and hunt a little bit. We got a couple of the guys here that were out there. Al told us a story about a veteran that came out. The guy was considering ending his life. Al saved him. Al worked on him, talked with him, got him to come out to the camp. And he told us that story when we were out there that time. And I don't know, Dave, do you remember that? Yeah. Yeah. Al, he is an ex-Marine, he's a retired Marine. But he believes in that camp out there and what it can do for veterans that need help to get them out there. So it's a wonderful thing that he did, donating it to the high ground. And my understanding, the high ground is pretty much keeping it the same as what it is, and Al kind of managing for him. But if you get a chance, he does have various different times for hunting, and like Joe said, other things that go on out there. And I know we get out there in the fall of the year and do a crossbow hunting for like 3 days. And with the Purple Heart, he's done other events out there from other veterans to do the same type of hunt.
His first hunt is for wheelchair-bound kids. His second hunt is Vietnam veterans. His third hunt is Purple Heart. And his fourth hunt is Afghanistan and Iraq vets. So
we hit them all.
And there's no, they don't look at how rich or how poor you are. If you're a veteran, you're welcome. There's no quota that they got to meet or nothing. It's just if you're a veteran, you're welcome. Thank you.
Could I? It'd be very appropriate if I could add at this time, on Saturday, May 4th, 3 to 4 p.m. at the Wisconsin Venture on Wheels Camp Victory is perhaps a new name. If you want to be there, this is the first audience that's heard this. I hope it doesn't get too big. But we're going to have a premiere showing. Al Movic's uncle was a World War II Marine that was on the Bataan Death March. He basically died a pauper, didn't know about his veterans benefits, his entitlements. He's going to open up letters that his uncle wrote. His uncle never even told his own sons he was a World War II veteran, much less on the Bataan Death March. We're going to see who's ever there, and we want Dennis Wood there for a videographer. We want the Wheels of Liberty to be there with a photographer for some magazines. But we're going to see all kinds of remnants, artifacts from the prisoner of war camp. And we're going to hear stories. And we have what some of the psychiatrists said about his uncle, who never was proud of the fact he survived the Bataan Death March. This audience, who's ever there, you're going to see things never before revealed. And perhaps this could hit the media. This is, and the message to be given is that so many people have stories and they don't tell them. They don't share them. They have legacies that are buried. We want people to go into their attics, their basements, their closets, their garages, their barns, their sheds, and find artifacts, to find letters that veterans might have written years ago. This is a very important time. Saturday, May 4th, 3 to 4 p.m. at the Wisconsin Adventure and Wheels.
Okay, so it's going to be at the camp.
At the camp,
yeah, okay.
Yes. We're gonna have sheet protectors. Some of these have never come out of envelopes. We're going to see, and we're going to put them in sheet protectors. It's a shame that some of these have never been viewed by human eyes. even the guy's sons did not know that their father was in the Bataan Death March. Unbelievable. And he, like Joe said so eloquently, he gave the largest donation ever to the Highgrounds was 200, how many acres?
300.
300 acres. He just did it. But he wants post-traumatic stress disorder, he wants survivor's guilt, he wants all veterans and disabled people to be served. But it's a beautiful place. Oh.
Okay, Joe's got one more thing that he wants to add.
I know it's a long ways from here, but the Highground is always looking for greeters. And I'll tell you how fulfilling it is. I met one gentleman, had his son with him, and he's wearing a shirt that said Vietnam on it. And I got choked up when he told me the story. He said he came home from Vietnam, and his father said that wasn't a war, it was a police action. For 50 years, he never wore nothing related to Vietnam. After 50 years, he finally told his son that he was a Vietnam vet. And he wore a t-shirt that said Vietnam on it after 50 years. Can you imagine how I felt inside? That I was the first person he told after his son. And that's what you get out of Highground. You go down there, if you're walking around, you see another veteran, talk to him. And you might get a good story like that. So, have a nice day.
Hey, Joe, did you have something?
Yeah, if you're interested in going out to the camp, the address I've got right here, it's M9839 Sterling Avenue, that's in Willard. It's about an hour drive from Eau Claire, but you know, if you live closer.
There's a bunch of brochures over there too.
What's that?
There's a whole bunch of brochures
Yeah,
over there.
there's brochures in there. It's called Willard's Adventures on Wheels. If you pick one up, it's got the address on the back. The camp is in Willard.
One of the other things I just want to add to Joe and Joe, what they're thinking about the Highgrounds was, we had the director yesterday speaking down in Haley, and we are kind of running a little late, I apologize, and we only have 2 more speakers, but one of the things that they didn't mention is, they when they opened up this building for the museum, and started collecting things, that museum is almost full already, so they are probably going to be looking to expand that, so appreciate all the donations. Next, I want to bring up